What's up, guys? It's Ryan with Zimmer Landscape and Mowing. Today is September 12th, a Tuesday, and not a good day for me. We got a super heavy rainstorm last night, and the grass is soaked today. I had about 13 properties I needed to get to. I did about 2 and decided to call it for the day. It's just too wet. It's just not cutting good. It's leaving marks. It's just not... it's not right, and it's cloudy, so things are not going to be drying off, at least today. I think tomorrow will be fine. I'll just have to move everything a day. I already let all my customers know, and nothing was a problem. That being said, I do have things I can do in the meantime. I have to go buy some more 2-cycle oil to mix my gas for my weed eaters and stuff. I have to go quote 5 extra jobs. I have a leaf removal job I was called for, so I have to go give them a quote on that. And I have about 4 just cleanup type of jobs, like cleaning out fence lines, cutting back some bushes and some trees. I have 4 jobs to go quote for that, and they're all from the same property manager. I mow about 8 properties for them, and they need 4 of them cleaned up because they're Airbnbs. So I'm going to be quoting all of those things. I also got a comment asking how long it took me to grow to where I'm at now, and also pricing. I plan on answering those. I'm going to wait a little bit into the day. I think I'm going to probably answer it later in this video. But yeah, I'll totally give you those answers as well as I can. And the answer to that, honestly, is it depends on where you're at, what you're trying to do, your goals, how far into your business you are. I mean, there's a lot of things that depend on what you can price your lawns at, or whatever you're doing at. There's a lot of variables, and I'll get into that later in the day. But yeah, let's go quote some jobs. So I just wrapped up quoting a leaf job, and I also quoted all those cleanups. The leaf job I quoted about $160. It's a decent sized property, but at $160, as long as we can get it done in 2 hours, it'll be worth it for sure. The cleanup jobs, I haven't got a clear quote yet because I'm not sure what all they want done. I took pictures of everything that I think they should have done. I'm going to send them over those pictures with the price of each specific job, and then they're going to just agree to the ones that they want done now, they maybe want done later, things like that. And those, you just kind of have to, that's where the pricing, you just got to have some pricing principles. So I guess I'll go ahead and talk about pricing, because that someone asked in the comments about that. It was a big question that I had when I started out, because it's, how are you supposed to even know that? I don't know, there's not like a set price that you do things at. It's really just about how you feel. So to start out, it's really just about what phase of your business that you're in. If you are just starting out and you're at the beginning of your business, let's say you got a push mower, a weed eater, a blower in your back of your truck, that's the setup you're rolling with. If you're at the very beginning, you have 0 yards, you're not in a position to charge anything crazy. So if I was you, I would think of a price that you're willing to, that you would feel good going out and doing the job for, and then I would charge that. You're competing with a bunch of professional big guys in your area, so the only way to get yards, to get clients, is to obviously come under their price just a little bit and charge that. You don't want to undercut too much. You don't want to drive the prices to the bottom just to undercut everybody around you, because there is a price that getting your lawn cut is worth. If I were to give you a specific number, I personally would never charge under $40 to do anything. To even load your truck up, get all your equipment in your truck, and drive somewhere, it should be a minimum of $40 starting out. My first lawn ever was $40. And I think that's a pretty low price. But then it just depends on where you're at in your business. If you're growing and you get more clients, you can charge higher prices. So in my example, I guess I can just give an example right now. So where I'm at with my business, is I've almost have a complete schedule. Like this week, I've done about 13 lawns a day, 4 days a week. So 48 so lawns. I'm at the point where even with an employee that I have to be picky on the lawns I pick up. So if someone calls me needing their lawn mowed, I may not charge the bottom of the barrel price anymore because I don't necessarily need I don't need that service. I'm full. So if I'm going to add on to my busy schedule, I can be picky because it's a busy, full schedule. So at that point, I can start charging more. So let's say instead of $40, I tell them that I'm not going to do it. I'm going to do it for $50. So if they accept it, then that's something I'm willing to take more time to do and have a busier schedule. But if I say 50 and they said that's too expensive, I'm okay letting that customer go because my schedule's full. I don't even need it anyways. But if you're someone starting out and your schedule's not full and you have lots of time, I would recommend charging a lower price. I would recommend just getting the customers in general. You need customers, you need the money. So charge a lower price at the beginning, that's fine. But once you get full, once you get 30 yards a week even, you can start upping that price because not only do you have more experience after that, so you're going to be doing a better job, but your name will be out there. You'll be willing to charge that extra price because you'll know what you're doing, you'll know what you're talking about, and you'll look professional. A big thing about pricing is to charge a premium higher price. You have to have a reason why someone is paying that higher price, whether it's a good brand. Like for me, I spent a lot of time at the beginning working on my branding because that's, for one, something I'm really passionate about. I really care about, a professional, really good looking brand. So I spent a lot of time on that. I have tons of resources, really nicely made business cards that I made, tons of really professional flyers, a really nice website, social media accounts all across the board, a nice brand, nice company shirts. I've spent time on all of that stuff because when you do that, you become a respected, higher priced service to people. So when people see like these guys mean business, these guys are legit, you can charge a higher price for that. But if you're starting out, you just have maybe a business name that you go by, just like a little truck with some equipment, you have to accept charging that lower price because that's how you're going to get customers through the door to later on make more money, get better branding, get more customers, get more reviews on your Google. Once you get all of that stuff, then you can start charging higher prices. And once you are full, it's really simple, really. So let's say you have 30 clients. 20 of them are paying you $40 a lawn because you just were trying to get the customers. Once you did that, then you started charging maybe $50 and you got 10 of your customers at $50. So what you can do is you can list all these clients, you can list all these customers and put the price next to them. And after that, you can look at the bottom. You could say, okay, here's this. I can't put on any more jobs. I have no more time. So what are you supposed to do in that? How are you supposed to make more money if you're full and you can't get any more jobs? It's really simple. So you look at your list, you have $50 up here and you have $40 down here. It's actually really simple. You just replace these customers at the bottom. What you'll do is you'll reach out to these customers and you'll say, hey, I'm gonna have to raise rates. It's a hard conversation to have, but it's the only way to increase your revenue just as a single person. You can either hire an employee and put on more jobs, or you can take out these bottom customers paying you $40. You can either raise their price to make them up here, but if they're not willing to do that, then those are the customers you have to let go to replace them with higher paying jobs. So that's what I would have to say about pricing. Right now I'm pricing, just to give you a blunt number, I told you I'd be real. I'm pricing the majority of my jobs $50 and above at this point. And it's taken me a while to do that, but at this point, I don't think I'm taking any jobs under $50 unless it's super small. If it's a super small property, I might charge $45, but that is rare. It's $50. $50 is my number. And I think you can do that once you establish, your business, you have good business resources, and you're professional. And after that, you can start upping your prices. And also, just when you get filled up and you can't handle any more jobs, you want to make more money still. Just because you're full of jobs doesn't mean that's your end. What you got to take these lower paying jobs out that you started with just because you were being nice, trying to get your foot in the door. You got to tell them, hey, we got to raise the prices. I was trying to get the job. I was just tell them whatever. I probably wouldn't say it that way. Make up something, have a reason why you're raising these prices. Make it nice, make it reasonable for them. And after that, some of these people are going to say, yes, that's okay. They're okay with that. So they'll move up here. But there's going to be people on the bottom that say, I can't afford you to do this. And, if you care about these people, I understand that. Emotions aren't supposed to play into business, but if they're your first customer, your second customer, it's okay to care about them. You don't have to just get rid of them, but there'll be a certain point where you're gonna have to say, okay, if you can't pay more, we can't continue service, because you got to start moving these people around. You got to start making more people higher paying customers, and then your list will be new. So now you'll have $60 lawns up here, all these $60 at some point, and now these $50 lawns down here, now they start going, and they start getting replaced by higher paying jobs. And soon you'll have a full list of jobs for the week. Your same 40 lawns you're doing in a week paying you 40, and a year later you have 40 jobs a week paying you 60. That's a huge difference in revenue, huge. So keep that in mind when you're pricing things. And one more thing, that comment also mentioned how long did it take me to get to the point where I'm at. So my story is a lot different with my business. I actually worked for a guy who owned a lawn care business. He was my teacher in school, and he hired me after I graduated to work for him because he just started his lawn care business. So I started with him at the beginning of his, and we worked together. We worked together the whole time, and then about a year into working together, he had to move away, and we were just going to do this thing where I ran the company here in my city, and he was going to move and do the thing like the scheduling and the stuff on the back end, and we were just going to split up the profit, and we're going to do it that way. But I don't know, I think there was a part of me that just felt like I wanted to have full control of the business. So what I did was I offered him, after he moved, I offered to buy the business from him, and we negotiated for a few months a price, and I ended up buying the business from him for about $30,000. It was about $15,000 for the equipment that I bought, and another $15,000 for the customer list that I bought from him, the customers that we had gotten over the year, and that was about 26 or so lawns a week. I'd purchased about 26 lawns a week. It was about 30 clients. It was about 35 clients. A lot of them were bi-weekly, some weekly. And after I bought it, I rebranded. This wasn't the business that I bought. It was a different name, and it was a different everything. So when I bought the business, I rebranded. I made the business my own, and since then I've grown it from about 35 customers to about 55 customers. So I've added about 16 or 17 more in the last 4 or 5 months so far. So it's going really well. I just recently had to hire a full-time employee, so that's also really well. And I'm still learning. So take everything I say with a grain of salt, because I'm not the most experienced guy in the field. There are guys on YouTube who have 20 years of lawn care experience, and I watch all those guys too. They're great. They're where I've gotten a lot of my information from. I hope I can be helpful. I think I have a different perspective because I'm just starting, so hopefully my being new perspective can be good for some people. But I'm just learning like everyone else, and where I'm coming from is from a place of learning this stuff recently and having to deal with all this stuff this week, last week, even next week I'll deal with a lot of things that you guys are asking for. So that is today's talk. Yeah, I talked for a while, but I hope you guys enjoyed that and learned something from it. So yeah, thank you guys, and leave any more comments that you want to know. You know, I'm open to talk about anything you guys would need. So thank you so much. I'll see you guys in the next one, and have a good week.